Life doesn't change in one big dramatic moment the way people often imagine it does. It changes in the quiet choices you make every single day, the decisions you repeat until they shape your habits, your mindset, and eventually your destiny. Most people are waiting for some breakthrough, some miracle, some perfect opportunity that will transform everything overnight. But the truth is, your breakthrough is buried in the routine things you keep overlooking. It's hidden in the way you wake up, the way you use your time, the way you handle failure, and the way you respond to discomfort. You don't get to the top by accident. You don't rise by luck. You don't step into greatness without preparing for it long before the world even notices you. Success, transformation, growth. These things come to those who understand that daily discipline beats occasional inspiration. Every single day is either pushing you closer to your dream or pulling you further away from it. If you want to change your life, stop thinking about 10 years from now and start asking yourself what you're doing with the next 10 minutes. How are you using today? Because today is the only ground you have control over. You can't rewrite yesterday. You can't fast forward into tomorrow, but you can decide right now how you will use this moment. That's why you need to get serious about the choices you repeat every day. The music you feed your mind with, the people you allow into your space, the content you consume, the way you talk to yourself, all of it is programming you for either strength or weakness. If you don't like the results you're getting in life, look at your daily input, because what you put in is always what comes out. Some people waste years waiting for the right mindset, but mindset isn't something you stumble into, it's something you build. You build it by showing up every day even when you don't feel like it. You build it by proving to yourself that you can do hard things. You build it by turning excuses into fuel and obstacles into teachers. And that mindset becomes the engine that carries you through storms, setbacks, and rejections. Without it, you'll quit at the first sign of resistance. With it, you'll keep going even when the whole world doubts you. If you want to change your life, you need to strengthen your mind, because a weak mind can't carry a strong vision. The people who win in life aren't always the smartest, the most talented, or the most gifted. They are the ones who refuse to stop. They are the ones who wake up when others are sleeping. They are the ones who keep swinging when others put the bat down. They are the ones who choose discipline over distraction, hunger over comfort, and growth over excuses. You don't get remembered for what you thought about doing. You get remembered for what you showed up and did. Dreams without action are just fantasies, and the world is full of people who could have been great but never had the courage to commit. Don't let that be your story. Don't let laziness and procrastination rob you of your potential. Changing your life means killing your excuses. Everybody has a reason why they can't, why they shouldn't, why it's not the right time. But excuses don't change your reality. Excuses don't pay bills. Excuses don't build legacies. Excuses don't inspire generations. Action does. And once you stop hiding behind excuses, you'll realize how much power you've been sitting on this whole time. Most people never discover their strength because they're too comfortable with weakness. They never unlock their potential because they keep avoiding pain. But greatness is always on the other side of discomfort. Every skill you've ever admired in someone else was forged in hours of practice they didn't feel like doing. Every success story you've looked up to was born in sacrifices that nobody else saw. If you want what they have, you have to be willing to do what they did. Your environment matters. If you want to fly, stop hanging around people who are content crawling. Too many of you are stuck in cycles of mediocrity because you surround yourself with people who have no vision. If you are always the most ambitious one in your circle, you're in the wrong circle. Find people who challenge you, who intimidate you, who force you to level up just to keep up. Comfort zones are dangerous because they feel safe, but they suffocate growth. Growth requires tension, discomfort, and accountability. The right environment won't let you stay small. It will push you to uncomfortable places where change actually happens. You need to learn how to embrace failure. Most people run from failure like it's the end, but failure is just feedback. It's not a stop sign. It's a mirror showing you what you need to adjust. Nobody successful got it right the first time. They failed. They stumbled. They made mistakes, but they didn't stay there. They used failure as education. And that's what made them unstoppable. If you're too afraid to fail, you'll never try. And if you never try, you'll never grow. Every rejection, every loss, every setback is part of the training ground that builds resilience. If you change the way you see failure, you'll stop fearing it and start using it. Another truth you need to face is that discipline beats motivation every time. Motivation comes and goes. You can't rely on a feeling to carry you through the hard days. You need discipline to show up whether you feel like it or not. Discipline doesn't ask if you're tired. Discipline doesn't ask if you're inspired. Discipline does what needs to be done because it knows the result is worth it. If you want freedom, you need discipline. Without it, you'll always be enslaved to moods, distractions, and procrastination. With it, you'll take control of your life and create results that others only dream about. Changing your life isn't about waiting for some magical transformation. It's about stacking small wins every day until they add up to massive change. Wake up earlier than you did yesterday. Read something that feeds your mind instead of something that drains it. Exercise even if it's just for 15 minutes. Save a little instead of spending everything. Do the small things consistently and you'll be shocked at how far they carry you. Most people overestimate what they can do in a week and underestimate what they can do in a year. 1 year of consistent discipline could put you so far ahead that people won't even recognize you anymore. The biggest enemy of your future is the comfort of your present. If you keep doing what you've always done, you'll keep getting what you've always gotten. Change requires breaking patterns, and breaking patterns is uncomfortable. But discomfort is the birthplace of growth. Stop waiting for permission to become who you were meant to be. Stop waiting for someone to hand you an opportunity. Stop waiting for everything to feel right. Nothing will ever feel perfect. Start anyway.
Move anyway, build anyway.
Because the longer you wait, the more life you waste. Your dream deserves your urgency. Stop treating it like a hobby. Stop giving it your leftover energy after you've poured yourself into distractions. If it matters to you, make it a priority. Protect your time, protect your focus, and protect your energy like your life depends on it. Because it does. Your future self is watching you right now, hoping you make the choices that will open doors instead of close them. Don't let that version of you down. Don't be the reason your own dream dies. Changing your life is not about chance, it's about choice. Every day you have the chance to either strengthen your vision or weaken it. Every day you have the chance to either step closer to greatness or drift further into mediocrity. The future isn't written in stone. It's written in the habits you choose today. If you want to predict your future, look at your daily routine. That's where your destiny is being built. So wake up with intention. Stop sleepwalking through life. Stop waiting for someone to rescue you. Stop living like you have unlimited time. Every day wasted is a day you can never get back. But every day seized is a step toward a life you won't regret. Don't just watch life happen. Live it, shape it, build it. The choice is yours and the time is now. Time wasted today is a debt your future self will be forced to pay. And this truth is sharper than most people want to admit. Every single day you are given 24 hours, the same as the greatest achievers in history, the same as the dreamers who turned ideas into empires, the same as the leaders who shaped nations and built movements. The difference is not in the time itself, but in how you treat it. For most, time becomes something to pass, something to kill, something to get through. But for the ones who change their lives, time is an investment, time is currency, time is the soil in which the future is planted. Every hour wasted scrolling mindlessly, every morning slept away in laziness, every moment lost to excuses is not just gone. It becomes a weight you place on your future self, a bill that will one day come due. And when that day arrives, you will realize too late that the interest has compounded. When you waste time today, you are stealing from the person you are supposed to become. Imagine yourself 10 years from now, standing in front of the mirror. That version of you is a direct result of what you are doing with your time right now. Are you training your mind, building your discipline, sharpening your skills, or are you letting time slip through your fingers as if it were infinite? Because time is the one resource that will never be renewed. Money can be made again. Opportunities can sometimes circle back. Relationships can be repaired. But time once gone is gone forever. And yet people treat it as if they have an endless supply, as if tomorrow is guaranteed, as if success can wait until they feel comfortable enough to pursue it. What they don't realize is that every wasted day accumulates like unpaid debt. And the future you is forced to carry the burden. Think about how many dreams have died because someone thought they could start tomorrow. How many goals were abandoned because time was treated casually, as if it were just background noise. People fail not because they lack talent, not because they lack intelligence, but because they believe they have more time than they actually do. They think the window will stay open forever, that the chance will wait for them to be ready, that discipline can be postponed until it feels convenient. But life does not wait. Opportunities do not pause. The world does not stop spinning because you are not prepared. Every moment you delay, someone else is using their time to advance, to improve, to build. The race does not stop just because you are sitting on the sidelines, and when you finally wake up, you find yourself miles behind wondering why life feels unfair, but the truth is not unfair, it is exact. Life pays you exactly what you invest, and time is the currency you trade for the future you desire. Waste it and the debt builds up. Use it wisely and the future pays dividends beyond measure. The irony is that most people know this, but they choose comfort over discipline. They tell themselves they deserve rest before they've earned the victory. They indulge in distraction, convincing themselves it is harmless, not realizing that distraction multiplied by years is the quiet killer of destiny. Time is not a toy. Time is not a luxury. Time is a battlefield where every second counts. And those who do not command their time become slaves to regret. Regret is the most expensive debt your future self will ever have to pay. It is waking up one day and realizing you could have been so much more. But you traded your potential for convenience. It is seeing others live the life you once dreamed of and knowing the only difference between you and them is how you used your time. It is remembering the chances you let slip, the mornings you wasted, the hours you threw away, and realizing there is no way to get them back. Regret cannot be undone. It can only be endured. And that is why wasting time today is one of the most dangerous decisions a person can make. Because regret is not the pain of what you lost. It is the pain of what you could have been. The future self you carry in your mind right now is either your greatest ally or your greatest enemy, and the choice lies in how you handle today. Imagine for a moment that your future self is watching you right now. Would they thank you for the discipline you are building, or would they curse you for the laziness you are indulging? Would they celebrate the investments you are making into your skills, your health, your mindset, or would they despise you for leaving them with debt they did not deserve? Every day, whether you admit it or not, you are either giving a gift to your future self or placing a burden on their shoulders, and all comes down to time. Every hour matters, every choice matters, every delay matters, and your future is shaped not by what you dream of, but by what you do. People often talk about destiny as if it is predetermined, as if fate decides who succeeds and who fails. But destiny is not found in the stars. It is carved in the minutes of your day. It is written in how you spend your mornings, in how you use your evenings, in whether you choose growth or distraction. The future is not created in some faraway place. It is built in the unnoticed, ordinary, daily decisions that most people overlook. Every time you choose to work on your craft instead of wasting hours, every time you choose to study instead of scrolling, every time you choose to push forward instead of lying down, you are paying into your future, and the compound interest of discipline will reward you in ways you cannot imagine. But every time you neglect those choices, the opposite happens. The debt piles up, and eventually you will face the cost cost, what most people fail to understand is that time is more ruthless than any enemy. It never pauses, never compromises, never gives you back what you squandered. Time is the ultimate accountability partner. It records every action and every inaction, and the bill always comes due. You cannot charm it, you cannot trick it, you cannot deceive it. You either respect time or you pay for wasting it. That is why people who honor their time often rise far above others who may have more talent but lack discipline. Because talent without time invested is worthless. Ideas without time applied are nothing. Dreams without time spent building them are fantasies that never breathe life. Time is the foundation upon which everything else rests. If you want to change your life, if you want to break free from the cycle of mediocrity, the first step is to take ownership of your time. Stop treating it like it is infinite. Stop waiting for motivation to strike. Stop telling yourself tomorrow will be easier. Tomorrow is not promised. All you have is today. And what you do with today determines what tomorrow will demand of you. If you invest today, tomorrow becomes lighter. If you waste today, tomorrow becomes heavier. The debt either shrinks or grows depending on how you handle right now. And the weight of that choice cannot be overstated. You are either moving toward freedom or chaining yourself to regret. And it all hinges on what you decide to do with your time. The harsh reality is that nobody escapes this law. Time will not bend for you just because your intentions are good. It only bends to action. You can dream, you can plan, you can talk endlessly about what you will do. But until you act, until you put in the hours, until you seize the moment, you are only adding to the bill your future self will have to pay. Talking about change without acting on it is like borrowing against your own life and expecting someone else to foot the bill. But no one else will. The debt belongs to you alone. And when the day comes to face it, there's no negotiation, no second chance, no bargain. The future pays you exactly what you invested or burdens you with exactly what you wasted. That is why the most powerful thing you can do is stop waiting and start moving. You do not need perfect conditions. You do not need every answer. You do not need approval from anyone. You need urgency. You need discipline. You need to treat today as sacred, because today is not just another day. It is the building block of your future. It is the currency you use to purchase the life you want to live. And the cost of wasting it is too high for your future self to bear. Respect your time. Honor your time. Guard your time with the same intensity you would guard your most precious possession, because that is exactly what it is. Time is life, and life is time, and once it slips away, it never returns. Would you like me to push this expansion further toward